Hello, hi, good day to all. This is Dr. Neela. Hope all are doing good. Yes, I would like to make a small vlog about the literature study, two interesting theories about the COVID-19 which I come across. I know all doctors are busy with their OPs of COVID, non-COVID cases, round the clock, back-to-back webinars, keeping yourself updated. I know it's very tiring, but still, from my side, I would like to help in a kind of updation. So let's get into the video. First theory. The first theory is suggested by Dr. Cameron Siddle Kyle. He is the chief of ER department. He came across the iatrogenic behavior of doctors about the ventilation, wrong usage of ventilation to the patients who are needed. He suggested two pathophysiology to the patients. One is H-type and L-type patients. Let's get in depth. I'll just say you what is H-type patients, what is L-type patients. H-type patients are those patients who are COVID positive, coming with ARDS, where their alveoli is highly inflamed and alveoli is being filled with the proteinous exudate because of the activation or activity of the virus. So here the alveoli is completely damaged or getting damaged, where the gaseous exchange to the lungs is impossible. So here the ventilation, that is 100% giving PEEP, is the only source of modality. So the modality of treatment is giving PEEP. The PEEP is the only source of treatment for these patients where we have a chance of retrieving them back. While the L type of patients, where they do not show any, they do not end up in ARDS, but their alveoli remain intact with the presence of vasoconstriction. The reason behind the vasoconstriction is literally unknown. We don't know why the vasoconstriction is happening. The theory, what we need to concentrate now is that their alveoli remains intact. Their alveoli remains undamaged till this moment, but the gaseous exchange doesn't take place because of the vasoconstriction around the alveoli. Here, giving PEEP, already alveoli is struggling to maintain the gaseous exchange. Your PEEP is the overload to the alveoli, which result in damage, which results in iatrogenic behavior, and we artificially bring the multi-organ failure, which is done from our side. To prevent this iatrogenic deaths and to differentiate this H-type and L-type, what doctor suggested was take a CT chest. If CT chest show you opacifications, then it should probably the H-type, that is ARDS. If the CT chest doesn't show you any opacification, it should probably because of the vasoconstriction. Still, the vasoconstriction, we are not sure. So to prevent the vasoconstriction, if it is of L-type, what they suggest is give the oxygen in the mask, provide them in O2 mask, and provide nitric oxide to provide the vasodilatation. But still, we are not sure about the theory. It's just another theory being proposed, which we need to take it into account, because it was a small study conducted by the doctors with a small group of people, where 80% in US, out of the study conducted, 80% who were on ventilators are dead. In China, it's 88%, and in UK it is, and in Europe it is almost 76%. This was the theory suggested by him. So let's be careful about the H-type and L-type before ventilation, artificial ventilation. Yes, the second theory is about the mutation and different strains of COVID-19, and this answers the question of why there is less mortality in Southeast Asian countries. Yes, the source of this, what I'm going to talk, is from MedRxiv. I'll share that link below. I'll just say about the strains what they have identified. There are type A, type B and type C. So far 3 strains have been identified. Type A is the parental strain. Type B is more aggressive, and after 2 mutation of type A, type B has been found out. And type C is the direct daughter of the type B mutation, type B strain, where the single mutation of type B produced or ended up in type C. Type C is still more aggressive than type A and type B. I'll say where this type A, type B, type C is prevalent at present. Type A is present in some parts of California. It is present in California and some parts around the world. And type B is more in Wuhan city and many parts of the country do possess type B. And type C, unfortunately, it is more in Italy, and some parts of Singapore patients do show this type C. Yes, the surprising fact what is discussed is, we all have been informed that the COVID-19 has been started from Wuhan city, that is from China. But the original strain is present in California, where the second strain, the mutated strain is present in China at present. This is quite confusing. So what the possible theory they suggest to us is that this infection would have been started bit early, as we have assumed. It should be started by the month of September probably, since both China and the US are more in import and export. Nearly California have 8,000 Chinese people traveling each day. So they would have harbored the parental strain of type A in the early stage, where the virus have started spreading. They have harbored some viruses in California. Type A have been harbored. But luckily that time patients didn't show any symptoms. They would have slowly developed immunity, remaining asymptomatic to the type A virus. Gradually, in a period of time, where in Wuhan city the mutation have occurred, 2 mutations have occurred and resulted in type B, where the type B is more virulent than type A. That's why they started spreading the infection, they started spreading the diseases. The mortality has become more in China, where they were not aware of what to do and they didn't have a genomic study at that time. And after a single mutation, it has been spread to the Italy, where they faced n number of deaths because of the more virulence and aggressiveness of the virus. Here also, the lack of genomic study and lack of the nature of the virus, we were not aware what to do and how to do, so we lost many patients. Still, the study is being undergone in every part of the world. This is the theory which has been suggested. What the possible good news out of all these is like, that type A patients have developed some sort of immunity. That is why in US, when we compare to other states of the US, the California show less mortality compared to other parts of the US. What they suggest is they have developed some sort of slow immunity against these viruses. That is why the Southeast Asian countries, they do show some immunity. They remain as super spreaders, that is, they remain asymptomatic, but they spread infections to from 100 to 1000 people. A single super spreader can spread the infection to 100 to thousands of people, remaining asymptomatic. This is the possible, as they suggested, the possible theory would be like that type A patients have developed some sort of immunity. The people remaining in South A might have possessed immunity to type A and partially to type B. That is why they have been that is why they have been infected, but still show some kind of immunity to type A plus B kind of viruses. That is why the mortality is comparatively less. This theory was quite acceptable, and according to us, this theory shows some kind of reflection. Still, the genomic study is being undergone in every part of the world, especially in India. We want to pray that we don't want to end up in type D, which would be still more aggressive, and we are not sure how it is going to be. Luckily, we should not end up in type D. So these are the 2 facts which I came across today. So I would like to share that to you all. Thank you and remain safe. Good day to all. I'll catch you soon. Next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.